Hello friends, I'm Apple Siri. Thank for watching. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe me. Thanks my friend. An encounter with one of these reptiles could cost you your life. They hiss, they slither, and unfortunately for humans and unsuspecting prey, they bite. Snakes bite about 5.4 million people every year, resulting in between 81,000 and 138,000 deaths, according to the World Health Organization. Venomous snakes kill their victims with toxic substances produced in a modified salivary gland that the animal then injects into prey using their fangs. Such venom has evolved over millions of years to cause severe reactions in the victim, from immobilization and hemorrhage to tissue death and inflammation. Researchers reported in 2019 in the journal Frontiers of Ecology and Evolution. Here are 10 snakes whose venom not only packs a punch for small prey but that can take out humans. Number 10. Black mamba. Africa's deadliest snake, the black mamba can kill a person with just 2 drops of venom. Named for the dark, inky color inside of their mouths. Black mambas are actually brownish in color. They average around 8 feet in length, and can move at 12 miles per hour. The lengthy snakes are born with 2 to 3 drops of venom in each fang. So they are lethal biters right from the get-go. By adulthood, they can store up to 20 drops in each of their fangs, according to Kruger National Park. Without treatment, a bite from this African snake is just about always lethal. Here's what a black mamba's venom does to your body. Once injected, the venom interferes with activity at a junction where nerves and muscles connect, resulting in paralysis. Because the venom is also cardiotoxic, it can lead to cardiac arrest. Scientists aren't sure how many people are killed every year by black mambas, but Blumenthal estimates it is responsible for the largest number of snake-related deaths in southern Africa. Number 9. Fer de lance. A bite from a fer de lance can turn a person's body tissue black as it begins to die, according to a 1984 paper published in the journal Toxicon. These pit vipers, which live in Central and South America and are between 3.9 and 8.2 feet long and weigh up to 13 pounds, are responsible for about half of all snakebite venom poisonings in Central America. According to a 2001 study published in the journal Toxicon. Because fer de lance venom contains an anticoagulant, a substance that hinders blood clotting, a bite from this snake can cause a person to hemorrhage. Number 8. Boomslang. About 24 hours after being bitten on the thumb by a juvenile boomslang, also called a South African green tree snake, herpetologist Carl Patterson Schmidt died from internal bleeding from his eyes, lungs, kidneys, heart and brain. The snake had been sent to Schmidt at the Field Museum in Chicago for identification. Like others in the field at the time, Schmidt believed that rear-fanged snakes like the boomslang couldn't produce a venom dose big enough to be fatal to humans. They were wrong. The boomslang, which can be found throughout Africa but lives primarily in Swaziland, Botswana, Namibia, Mozambique and Zimbabwe, is one of the most venomous of the so-called rear-fanged snakes. Such snakes can fold their fangs back into their mouths when not in use. As in other deadly snakes, this one has hemotoxic venom that causes their victims to bleed out internally and externally. With an egg-shaped head, oversized eyes and a bright green patterned body, the boomslang is quite the looker. When threatened, the snake will inflate its neck to twice its size and expose a brightly colored flap of skin between its scales. Death from a boomslang bite can be gruesome. As Scientific American describes it, victims suffer extensive muscle and brain hemorrhaging, and on top of that, blood will start seeping out of every possible exit, including the gums and nostrils, and even the tiniest of cuts. Blood will also start passing through the body via the victim's stools, urine, saliva, and vomit until they die. Luckily, there is anti-venom for the boomslang if a victim can get it in time. Number 7. Eastern tiger snake. Native to the mountains and grasslands of Southeast Australia, the eastern tiger snake is named for the yellow and black bands on its body. Though not all populations sport that pattern. Its potent venom can cause poisoning in humans in just 15 minutes after a bite and is responsible for at least one death a year on average. Tiger snakes give birth to 20 to 30 live young. An exceptional record was made of 64 from an eastern female. They usually mate in spring when it is in the warmer seasons and will give birth to live young in summer. Tiger snakes are usually found in coastal regions, where they favor wetlands, creeks, dams, and other habitat around watercourses, or at shelter near permanent sources of water in pastoral areas. Habitat providing an abundance of prey can support large populations. The species distribution extends from the south of Western Australia through to South Australia, Tasmania, up through Victoria, and New South Wales. Its common habitat includes the coastal areas of Australia. Number 6. Russell's viper. Around 58,000 deaths in India are attributed to snake bites every year, and the Russell's viper is responsible for the majority of these mortalities. In Sri Lanka, where this nocturnal viper likes to rest in paddy fields, they cause high mortality among paddy farmers during harvest time. The snake's venom can lead to an awful smorgasbord of symptoms: acute kidney failure, severe bleeding and multi-organ damage. Some components of the venom related to coagulation can also lead to acute strokes, and in rare cases, symptoms similar to Sheehan's syndrome in which the pituitary gland stops producing certain hormones. Victims typically die from renal failure, according to the handbook. Number 5. Saw-scaled viper. The saw-scaled viper is the smallest member of the Big Four in India, along with Russell's viper. The common krite and the Indian cobra, thought to be responsible for the most bites and related deaths in the country, rather than the stereotypical, hissing, sound attributed to snakes. This viper starts sizzling by rubbing together special serrated scales when threatened. Once bitten by this viper, a person will have localized swelling and pain in the area, followed by potential hemorrhage. Since the venom messes with a person's ability to clot blood, it can lead to internal bleeding and ultimately acute kidney failure. Hydration and anti-venom should be administered within hours of the bite for a person to survive, Understanding Animal Research said. Number 4. Banded krite. The banded krite is a species of elapid snake found on the Indian subcontinent, in Southeast Asia, and in southern China. It is the largest species of krites, with a maximum length up to 8 feet 10 in. The banded krite is easily identified by its alternate black and yellow crossbands, its triangular body cross-section, and the marked vertebral ridge consisting of enlarged vertebral shields along its body. The head is broad and depressed. The eyes are black. It has arrowhead-like yellow markings on its otherwise black head and has yellow lips, lores, chin, and throat. The venom of the banded krite mainly contains neurotoxins. The quantity of venom delivered averages out at 20 to 114 milligrams. The major clinical effects caused by the venom of this species include vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and dizziness. Severe envenomation can lead to respiratory failure and death may occur due to suffocation. Number 3. King cobra. The king cobra is the world's longest venomous snake, measuring up to 18 feet. The snake's impressive eyesight allows it to spot a moving person from nearly 330 feet away. When threatened, a king cobra will use special ribs and muscles in its neck to flare out its hood, or the skin around its head. These snakes can also lift their heads off the ground about a third of their body length. Its claim to fame is not so much the potency of its venom, but rather the amount injected into victims. Each bite delivers about 7 milliliters, about 0.24 fluid ounces, of venom, and the snake tends to attack with 3 or 4 bites in quick succession. Even a single bite can kill a human in 15 minutes and an adult elephant in just a few hours. Number 2. Coastal taipan. The coastal taipan is a species of highly venomous snake in the family Elapidae. The species is native to the coastal regions of northern and eastern Australia and the island of New Guinea. The second longest venomous snake in Australia. The coastal taipan averages around 6.6 feet long, with the longest specimens reaching 9.5 feet in length. It has light olive or reddish-brown upperparts with paler underparts. The coastal taipan is found in a wide range of habitats, from monsoon forests to open woodland, as well as human-modified habitats such as sugarcane fields. It mainly hunts and eats small mammals, and opportunistically takes bird prey. The species is oviparous. According to most toxicological studies, this species is the third most venomous land snake in the world after the inland taipan and eastern brown snake. Its venom is predominantly neurotoxic and coagulopathic. You could be bitten multiple times before becoming aware of the coastal taipan, thanks to its incredible speed. When threatened, this snake, which lives in the wet forests of temperate and tropical coastal regions, will lift its whole body off the ground as it jumps fangs first with extraordinary precision and injects venom into its enemy. Before 1956, when an effective anti-venom was produced, this snake's bite was nearly always fatal. Number 1. Inland taipan. The inland taipan is one of the most venomous snakes, meaning just a teensy bit of its venom can kill prey, or human victims. They live tucked away in the clay crevices of Queensland and South Australia's floodplains, often within the pre-dug burrows of other animals. Living in more remote locations than the coastal taipan, the inland taipan rarely comes into contact with humans. When the taipan does feel threatened, the snake coils its body into a tight S shape before darting out in one quick bite or multiple bites. A main ingredient of this venom, which sets it apart from other species, is the hyaluronidase enzyme. According to a 2020 issue of Toxins Journal, this enzyme increases the absorption rate of the toxins throughout the victim's body. I'm Apple Siri. Thank for watching. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe me. Thanks my friend.